What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I hope you're well and you enjoyed the C-Bum Mr. Olympia arm day workout that me and Frosty did just for a laugh, just to see if we could actually grow arms like C-Bum, and it turns out we can. So yeah, happy days there. A few people have requested that I did a leg day video, so this is exactly what it is, as per what the thumbnail suggestion would suggest, obviously. So what we're going to do is run through a commentary of the video, what I did in my latest leg session. I put a teaser on my Instagram, just with some exercises, but yeah, so basically, leg day, religiously always start with a warm-up, so whether that be, in this instance, an incline walk. Purpose of the incline walk, don't hold onto the treadmill for a start, that's a big no-no. But the purpose of the incline walk is just to fire up the hamstrings, make sure the glutes are nice and loose as well, and also your calves. So really just focus on that posterior chain. Hamstrings are quite a good one, or sorry, should I say a bad one for a risk of injury. So we make sure there's plenty of blood around there, plenty of blood around the knee as well, before we move on to any actual weightlifting. Then, moving on from that, so do about 10 minutes on there. In this instance, I did an incline of 8% and speed of 5.1 kilometers per hour. So I'm not really looking to tax myself out. I'm not trying to go up a massive hill or anything, but I'm just making sure that my legs are nice and warm before I start moving any weight. But yeah, moving on, we then go on to the abductor and adductor. So I personally always start with abduction. So this is where you drive the knees out and you're firing up the glutes. I opt to do this first just so when I go to do adduction and I'm bringing the legs in, I feel like I can actually get my legs wider because I've warmed up around the glute area. So it could just be a bit of my own bro science. It might be better to do adduction first, but I personally prefer abduction. Fire up the glutes. I'll do one set, 20 reps as a feeler, make sure they're firing on, and then work up in weight. I try and go heavy for at least a set of 6 to 10 reps on my last heavy set. Sometimes I will do a drop set as well, so I'll go heavy and just half the weight and just burn out. And then I'll go on to adduction. Same principle. I'll start with a feeler set, so quite light. I've got quite weak or more prone to injury adductors, especially when I first start. I can't start with heavy weight, I have to thoroughly warm them up first. So I'll warm up 15 to 20 reps on a lightweight, and then move up in weight as I'm starting to warm up the adductor. And then I'll basically, my last set, which might be set 3 or 4, depending on how I'm feeling, will be a heavy set where I'm trying to get at least 6 reps. And then I just hold it in the middle for a 1 to 2 count, where I'm actually squeezing my adductors as hard as I can. I'm not just bringing the machine together and then just opening up. Okay, I'm trying to control the positive and the negative movement. So by this point, my adductors and abductors are on fire. I'm warmed up, I'm feeling a lot looser. Then I'll just go downstairs, and the first movement I'll do is the leg extension. So my quads are a strong point, there's no question about that. Everyone said it to me when I was prepping for my show. Look at your legs, blah, blah, blah. Probably in proportion to my upper body, probably maybe too big, because I like training legs. I can hit them harder than I can on my upper body, but with that in mind, I am only using this leg extension now, literally just to warm up the quads and put some blood and loosen up the knee area. So when I go to do my hack squat, which will be next, in theory, in my mind, my legs are completely ready, completely primed, less risk of injury for when I go do hack squat. And then I won't do leg extension anymore. And then I'll move on to the hack squat, which you'll see here. On this instance, I took a risk, but bear in mind, on Sunday just gone, I did a 68-mile bike ride, so my legs are still pretty tired. I figured I would do less warming up because my legs were warm, and I would try and get to my top set a little bit quicker. So I just did the machine, see how it feels. Literally always start with no weight on any machine, even if it's a barbell squat, just start with a bar. You can find out if you've got any niggles or anything. So on this occasion, my knee was giving me a bit of jip, So I stopped, stretched, did a couple more movements, jumped back on a hack squat, did another warm-up set to make sure I was all right, much happier by that point. And then I just literally banged a 20 aside on, and my aim was 10, and that's the best 10 I've done on one plate aside. Felt the best, control was good, feel it in my quads, my glutes, everything was firing nicely. So then at this point, instead of going to a 10 extra aside, and then a 2.5 on top of that, like I did like the week before, I just went straight to a 15 aside extra. I knew from previously I want to at least get 4 again. I wanted 6, so we went for it. We got the first 3 were incredible. Like I was just like, there's no weight here. I'm getting through my sticking point, no problem. And then rep number 4, I hit the sticking point straight away. It was like, oh no, you're stuck, mate. Then thankfully I had a spotter who pushed me for 2 more reps. I mean, he probably took a bit more than I would want to, but the fact that he forced me to do the 2 reps in the first place meant I got to the 6, even if it was slightly assisted, whereas I would have given up at 4. So that was very helpful. That's why sometimes a spotter is good, especially if they're willing to take you past your, take you out of your comfort zone. That's when it's so ideal. So I did that, and then I did a back offset. So my top set, all out hard. If I was on my own, I'd have failed. But then I just dropped it down to just a 15 aside. My back offset is normally a 10 aside, so this was an improvement straight away. And then I just did, I think it was 15 reps. It might have been 12. It was 12 to 15 reps. I can't quite remember. If I'd have felt like less tired, I probably would have gone for more, but I was just so taxed from the top set and the biking from the weekend. But I'm still happy with how the movement went. Moving on from that, I then went on to do some Bulgarian split squats. So these are awful. If you know, then you know. Yeah, did these with the dumbbell. Did me? Just my dog here. Yeah, did these dumbbell, working up in weight. Started with like a 15, and then I worked all the way up to 25 kilo on each leg for 10 to 12 reps, depending on how it felt on each set. What's up, mate? Sorry about that, he's craving some attention, ain't he, mate? Say hello then. Say hello, YouTube. Hey, hello, YouTube. Hello. Yes, hello, YouTube. Hello. Yeah, and then we moved on from that to some calf raise. We literally just did 3 to 4 sets of 12 reps, working up in weight, focus on a 2-1-2-1 tempo. So tempo, what is it? It's how you move. So I try and move methodically, slowly in all my movements. But especially on something like calves, where I don't need a lot of weight for it to hurt straight away. But if I move slower, so I do like a 2 count up, pause at the top, that's the 1, and then a 2 count down, pause at the bottom, that's your 1 again. So stretching on the way down for like 2 seconds, and then holding the stretch, then contracting the muscle on the way up for like 2 seconds, and holding the top for an extra second. Yeah, you should try this rather than just blasting out 20 reps or whatever, nice and quick, which is all right. But if you just slow down the movement and just focus on the squeeze and the stretch, you might find your calves might grow. Might. And then after this, I literally just went on to the hamstring curl, which I didn't film. I just did 2 working sets here. I just did first set nice and light. I did like 20 kilo each side, and just did 12 reps each leg. But I held the rep at the top for a 4 to 5 count in my head. So I just held it at the top, squeezing in the contracted position, and then just lowering it down like a 2 to 3 count. So I'm quite slow when I'm moving on anything really in the gym. And then I jumped up the weight to 40 kilo. I just did the same again, which is obviously much tougher, double the weight, try to keep the reps the same, hold it again, 4 to 5 seconds, but obviously then the weight is obviously really trying to pull your leg down, and you're trying to fight that at the same time. And that was my leg session. So not a lot of movements and not a lot of volume, but going into every set with good intention. So for example, someone was saying to me, I'm struggling with my barbell squat to like progress. What are you doing? So they're doing the bar, great, warming up nicely, then jumping up to say like 60 kilo, then doing like 12 reps, and then doing 80 kilo, then doing like another 12 to 14 reps. And then he was like, oh, I'll get to 100 and I'll just do 6, and if I feel good, I'll do 110 for whatever I can. And obviously he's struggling to get past that 100 and 110. So in like what I would say is, do less leading up to it. Yeah, do the bar, great warm up. Yeah, the 60 kilo, maybe even just do 8 to 10. And then if you know you can do 100 for 6, don't do the 80. If you feel good and warm after the bar and the 60, go to the 100 if you know you already can do it for 6. And I guarantee you'll do more than 6 reps. And then if you wanted to go past 100, for example, just do 100, but just do 4 reps. Save some energy. Then go do the 110 and get a good set out. Just you need to like stop taxing yourself so much before like your top like hardest set, the set where you want to go balls to the wall. You want to give it everything you've got. So just think smartly about like you don't need to do 12 reps every set working up to your heaviest set, because you're just too tired. It just doesn't make sense to do that. So yeah, just think smartly, reduce your volume before your top set, hit your top set, and then if you think that was decent and you want to go for a bit more, drop your weight back down and do things like a drop set, cluster set, just a high volume set, just to really push your body to fatigue on whatever you're doing. So I know in the past when I've done barbell squat, worked up to a top weight, then I'll strip it right back down to like 50 kilo, 60 kilo, depending like how strong I am. And I've done like a cluster set, so 5 reps, rest for 5, and just do that until I've done 20 reps. It's very taxing. Or just try and just do 20 reps straight out of the bag, no rest. And then I've also set the bar up, so I've put smaller plates on and just done a drop set, just trying to like up the reps every time I drop a weight off. Just increases the intensity of the workout. And obviously if you're not on, like if you're on your own, then something like a cluster set or just a big high volume set is ideal, because you can just have a bit less weight, not interchange them, and just smash out the set on your own and not rely on the timing and the speed of someone stripping weights off it. So there is means and ways around it. But yeah, if you want to go past like what was your heavy, do less up to it and then go for it. Yeah, that'd be my recommendation. And you can do it on all things. Same as bench press, whatever you do a bit less, make sure you're warm, and then hit that top set. And then do the same again next week and try and get 1 more rep. Do the same again the week after and try and get 1 more rep than the week before. And just keep progressing like that. Just aim for 1 more rep, or just add literally 1 kilo increase is progression, okay? You don't need to do 5, 10, 15, 20 kilo increases to be progressing. You need to do small increments. Be smart. Don't get too carried away. Okay, and yeah, that is my tip for leg training. Hope you enjoyed the video, as always. If you haven't already, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I won't see you, but you'll see me in the next video. Peace.